Now, if you're taking a little stroll down the presidential walk of fame, you're going to see lots of presidents, right? You got Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Shrub, then you got Obama, okay? President Trump, number 45, and of course, the auto pen. This is the level of passive aggressiveness that I strive for. What was the primary reason that you think you lost this last election? Well, there were a lot of factors. But I think that probably the main one was that we didn't have enough time. With 107 days until the next election. And by the way, what's a little bit historical about this, and it's unprecedented, it is the closest presidential race in the 21st century in terms of the outcome. Kamala, we miss you. Wow. Come on, go get Kamala a cookie. You know, say that again, because over and over they say that he has a mandate. History will talk about this race. It is a part of American history. Someone in the Fox war room said that things were not going so well in Pennsylvania. And my husband, I think he was trying to shield me from that. So he obviously did what any normal husband would do. He went into the shower and he just prayed for a better outcome. That's what my husband does. When I have a bad day, he just goes into the shower and he just prays in there. Let the rain fall down. One of my favorite things to see would be, it was at our rallies and thousands of people would come, is that somebody invariably would want me to take a picture hugging their child, and someone, in the back would take their baby and they would pass it along. They would pass that baby along. Bless the baby. And they would pass that baby. And then they would pass the baby back. And I don't know, something about that just made me I could just tear up just thinking about that. Now, speaking of babies, this is Jennifer Garner's and Ben Affleck's child, who has started identifying as a duck. I'm just kidding, but she's telling the UN that they need to mandate masks because filtered air is a human right, just as much as filtered water. Now, our president, beautiful Melania Trump, are trying to go up the escalator at the UN when all of a sudden it stopped. Donald? Okay, well, we will just walk up these steps like this, Donald. Pay no attention to them, they do this to us on purpose. But I look striking in my heels, so it is of no matter to me. Come, Donald, you will give speech without teleprompter now, and you will wreak havoc on their ceremony. I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you, nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever is running this teleprompter has in big trouble. This individual who occupies our White House right now, the People's House, has decided that he will be an emperor in his mind, who will use his power to demean people, belittle people, and make them feel small. It's too bad that I had to do things instead of the United Nations doing these things. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. I dealt with the leaders of each and every country, and still the United Nations didn't pick up the phone to call to help. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that stopped on the way up, and then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the two things that I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much. Do you think that it's sabotage, the escalator and the teleprompter at the United Nations? Jesse, if we find that these UN staffers were purposely trying to trip up our president, literally trip up, there will be accountability for these actions. I will personally see to it. And it was important to me that when history be written, that my voice was present.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?